Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and Strifezilla asks about making a video on my time brokering in Ultima Online. But first, let's give away a code. I just want to give away this code real quick. This is for Delirium's. This is a World of Warcraft code, and it will get you something in the game of World of Warcraft. I don't know what it's going to be, but it gets you something. It's the WoW TCG stuff, and it's going to equal some sort of prize in the game. Now, if you like Delirium's giving away this stuff, go tell him to give me more codes. He said he would, and he didn't. Now, I'm not getting on him, but if he wants the opportunity to give away a few more codes here, and you want them, go to their Facebook page, which I will link to in the description, and tell them about it. How about a little social pressure there? Okay, so Ultima Online, brokering. Let's see. Let me grab a book here. If you really want to know the full story about brokering in Ultima Online, you should go get this book called Play Money. This book was written by Julian Dibble, and he spent about a year with us brokers, and I'll get into that. But let me just start at the beginning. In 1997, when we were playing Ultima Online, I was playing a merchant in the game, and I met some other friends in the game. And just playing a merchant, it was just my style and everything. And I realized that there was some activity happening outside of the game. And so what I realized was that people were buying, selling, and trading things for real money. And there was so much fraud going on. It was really insane. And I said, you know what, I can do this, not the fraud, but I can do these kind of transactions. Maybe I can make them safer. Well, in the process of trying, I actually lost $13,000 one time. Oh, man. That happens. And I started being a middleman for transactions that were happening. Somebody wanted to buy 100 gold for $100, but they didn't trust each other. And so I then would get in the middle, and I would take a percentage for doing that. And what happened was that I was really busy doing this, and so busy that I couldn't keep up with all the work. And I started looking at some of the other brokers that were out there and made friends with them, and just kind of watched the markets to see which ones were doing honest business and which ones weren't. The ones that were doing honest business, I started to pull us all together, and it was, in fact, there was several of them that we all got organized at a certain point by another person who put together a website and tried to pull us all together. And that worked out pretty good, except then he had value on the website and he sold it. All of a sudden, us brokers who are all trying to work together as a team under this guy, it's just like, what the hell? I'm friends with the person who bought it now, by the way. No ill will. And so we kind of had a little revolt and said, you know what? We can do this on our own. We don't need this particular site to do this. And we went and formed another group to, you hear that bell in the background? Did you see the other video where I introduced you to Iolo? That's her playing with her toy. Yes, you want to bring the toy over here? Come here. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? No? That was a no. So, anyway, come here. Here, let me show you Io. Hello, Iolo. Say hello to everyone. Over here. Look at the camera. Over here. Look at there. See? Now you can say hello to everyone. She is a true scaredy cat. She doesn't want to look into the camera. So, we took the brokers and we decided to all work together and for mutual benefit, and it worked out to be really good. We were in competition with each other, but we were able to, as a team, work together to build up good things for us as a community or as a group. And we were recognized for that. I think we were the only team out there of our size. There were 7 or 8 of us. And, we held ourselves to a really high standard. And it worked out really good. I mean, doing good, honest business and holding ourselves to a really high standard really made a name for ourselves, and it really worked out well. And that's part of why, Julian Dibble wanted to spend some time with us. He worked with, what was his name? Goodness, can't remember his name. But they were... Julian Dibble had written for Wired magazine, and he had written a couple of articles that I was in, and but the main person that was in them was not me. And he spent a lot of time with one of the brokers, and just really getting to know what was going on and everything. And he found it very fascinating, and so did the rest of America. So we actually made cover of the magazine. In fact, I wonder if I have that magazine here. I think I do. Let's see here. I have 3 Wired magazines here, and I am in 3 of them, and so I saved them. Because I thought that was pretty cool. But this is, let's see here. I guess this isn't special report, the business of gaming. Now, they talk a lot more about, there's actually a lot of reports in here. And they talk a lot about this. And this is the January 2003 issue. And it was quite a new thing. Nobody had ever heard of this stuff before, and we were really pioneers in the market. And it was a lot of fun doing this. It was something that I liked the attention and everything, and it made me very proud that we were able to work together as this group and get recognized like that. So Julian, after he wrote a couple of articles, he decided that he wanted to actually write a book. And the book was to be about being a broker and how he could make a real-life living in a virtual world. And that's what the book Play Money is about. Anyway, he spent a year with us and wrote about his experience. And so, the book, it's not a great read for somebody who's not into massive multiplayer games, because there's a lot of jargon and stuff in there that most people just won't understand. In fact, it took many years for my mom and dad to even understand what it was that I was doing. And to this day, if I ask them, what is it that I do online, even though I'm not brokering anymore, they would have a hard time describing it. So the book's pretty good, though. I really enjoyed it, but then again, I was reading some of it is about me. So, of course, it held my attention. It does go through the early days of the brokering and some of the characters, and Julian shows that he can actually earn money doing this. So all of us brokers, for the most part, we're earning a living almost entirely off of brokering. I know, I had a day job still, but I was making more at my brokering than I was at my day job. But I kept my day job because I needed to keep the security of having that day job. So anyway, we brokered for quite a few years. It ended probably about 3 or 4 years ago. we actually decided that, well, us as a team, I don't know that any of us are still dealing in Ultima Online, but for myself personally doing brokering, we stopped probably 3 or 4 years ago when the market got so depressed in the game that stuff just wasn't worth anything, and so you had to spend a lot of extra time and effort for very little money, and it just didn't make business sense anymore to still support that. And so it was a very good time. I enjoyed that, and I learned some things from this. I learned about co-opetition, and that is not a real word, although you can find it in the Urban Dictionary. And it basically means that you're working together with your competition for the greater good of all of you. And that's what we did. And I've carried that over into many future business practices, and that has worked out well. It seems counterintuitive to work with your competition, but for myself, it's worked out well every time. And I think it's worked out well for everyone that has worked with me. So something to learn from that. And that is probably one of the biggest things I learned from that. And you know, what better thing is there to play a video game and get paid for it? I mean, goodness, how much better can it be? I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.